Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm gonna walk through how to set up your instructional account for CS61B. So instructional accounts in this class is mainly used to manage and submit your work and help you to kind of log into the instructional server we have in school at a department in order to test your project. So first, you need to click this link in order to obtain an instructional account. However, beforehand, I've already obtained my instructional account, so I'm gonna skip over this step. So next, we need to learn how to SSH or log into the instructional server that we offer for this class using our instructional account. So let's try to copy over this command. It doesn't really matter which directory you're at your terminal to execute this command. So SSH, and make sure that you replace the 3 stars with the instructional account you got by following the link at the section above. Okay, so everyone will have their own 3-digit letter login for CS61B, and you will find out by requesting an account. So for me, my account is TAC, so I'm going to replace that with the 3 stars and SSH. So now it asks for my password. Don't be worried when you type out your password, it wouldn't show any output. Don't really worry about that. That's just a security measure. So here I'm going to type out my password. After I type out my password, I now enter to log into the account. Okay, so this should be usually what it looks like. Don't be worried if you see system restart required. You don't really need to restart the system. As long as you see something tilde and a $sign, and you can type in some input here, that means that you've been successfully logged into one of the lab computers or successfully logged into your instructional account. Cool. So next, let's try to register our instructional account. So make sure that when you're registering your instructional account, you're logged into your instructional account, okay? So let's execute a command register. And we follow the prompt in order to register ourselves with our corresponding instructional account. So now it asks me to check over the information I just entered to ensure it's correct. So after looking at my information, I confirm that it's correct. So I type yes and continue. Okay, cool. So the registration has been completed. If you would like to re-register yourself with for your instructional account, you can run the command re-register, but most students wouldn't need to do that. Okay, cool. And next, an optional kind of command you can execute. You don't want to always pull your TPDF to check what's the random password you're given for your instructional account. You can run SSH update in order to update your account. And because I don't really have good memory and I'm too lazy to pull up my PDF to check my password every time, I'm gonna run this command to update my instructional account password. So I run SSH update and we type yes. And now it asks me to first enter my old password. Okay, so I have that copy pasted. And now I can change my password by typing in P. Sorry. Now I can change my password because we're already selected at P. We don't really need to type P again. We click run, and now I need to enter my current password again. And don't worry, because when you're typing something, nothing shows up, because that's also kind of a security measure, just to not show the password publicly. So now you can enter your desired password as your new password, just like how you would change password for all your social media accounts, okay? and I just typed the bad password because apparently it was too short. So your password cannot be shorter than 10 characters. Okay, so now I've completed changing my password to my instructional account. So I can type E to select exit and press enter to exit. Awesome, cool. So next, let's try to set up the Git repository on your instructional machine. So this section, setting up Git repo on instructional machine, should also be done when you're logged into your instructional account. Okay, so how to confirm that you're logged in is to see that you see some server names. So some of them will be Derby if you ran the one on the last spec, or if you change server, it might be Ashby and all those instructional machine we have available on Eeks. Okay, once you see this and you see tilde $, it means that you're logged into the instructional machine. Cool. So first, we have a script ready for you that you can just execute a command and then it will automatically set up the Git repository as desired. So let's run this command init git repo. Are you sure you want to continue connecting? Yes. So now it's doing all the work of initializing my Git repository and checking out to the correct branch. That and you see some output that's similar to what you see here, that means that you have successfully initialized your Git repository on this machine, okay? So when you execute ls, you will see that a folder called repo is being created because that's what running the init git repo scripts have done for you, okay? So just to briefly introduce, this repository repo is where you will work a lot for completing 61B projects, any coding assignments. You will all be working in this repository and using the git commands to add, commit, and push your work to the autograder so that the autograder can check your code. So this repo, which you will learn a little bit more later on, is a very important folder for you to remember for this semester. So after running ls, we'll see that repo is being created because we executed an init git repo command, which is a script that helps us create the repository that will store all of our code for 61B this semester. So you can cd into repo. For now, it doesn't really have anything because we haven't started working on any assignments, but as coding assignments release, you see instruction of how to pull the code inside of this repo folder and help you. This is where all your code and all the version of it will be stored and tracked. Okay, so now we have completed setting up Git repository on instructional machines. So we want to log out of our instructional machines in order to complete the personal computer setup. So in order to log out, the command to execute is called exit. So let's try to type that out, exit. And now we see that we've been logged out of the instructional machine. Connection to Derby cs.berkeley.edu close. That indicated that we have disconnected from the Derby instructional machine. Okay, so that's it for this video walkthrough. Next, I'm going to go over how to set up your personal computer with another copy of this repository that I just mentioned.